Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by
Solzy.
Kendall.
Mach.
Sheen Washable.
Damn. J-Mart.
You going through puberty?
Not yet. Still
Excellent.
waiting.
I think the facial hair says different. So, Sheen Washable, you keep getting your name incorrect. Please, the viewers, they know your name. They want to hear you say it. So, welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. On today's beautiful, wonderful show, we start off with the starting lineup, as always. Sheen, why don't you lead us off?
I am drinking Stubborn Beauty's Nummy Nummy Imperial IPA.
Local brewery, Middletown, Connecticut.
I am drinking the Lizard King from Pipeworks Brewing Company in Chicago, Illini.
I'm drinking Glorious. Don't know much about it.
Excellent. Who's it by?
I have no idea.
From Lord Hobo.
Sure, we'll go with that one.
Pretty fitting brewery.
J-Mart?
And that's why we got him here. I'm drinking IPA number 2 by the Collective Arts Brewery.
Excellent. I'm also drinking a local brew. I'm drinking Black Hog's Hog Water.
Oh, good name.
Yeah. Before we crack, a toast to excellent. Mach, I believe you would like to do this one.
This week's toast of excellence is to the Aaron Judge.
Court is now in session.
Gross.
I was able not to make a mess of beer all over myself like I usually do. So I guess this is going to be the beer I'm going to have to stick with. So the one that brings me luck.
Excellent. So I believe, Mach, I believe you have a shot to divvy out from last week's shot trivia.
I have 2 shots to divvy out, but yes, the first one from the shot trivia, which Kendall lost, and I believe everybody is taking a shot.
We'll get to that.
All right.
But Kendall's going to do a shot trivia shirt.
All right.
Well, it's all in one.
Nah, just half of it.
So want me to do half of it and then I'll save the rest?
Exactly.
Okay. All right, well, here we go. It's in the snifter, which is what all the losers take the shot out of.
Excellent.
And do I smell it or do I not smell it?
No, you don't smell it. You take a
Okay.
guess after.
All right, so this is halfway right here.
Here we go. So, yeah, keep in mind, Kendall lost his shot trivia last week, so he'll be doing the trivia of his own this week for us to guess and divvy out a shot to follow.
It's
so,
interesting. There's definitely a vanilla aspect to it.
care to give a guess as to what's in it?
Is there some Litchfield in there? Some Litchfield bourbon?
There is not.
Really? So I'm striking out. But something vanilla-y. I just have some terrible taste buds.
Is it vanilla extract?
We got to wait till you guys all try it.
Right.
So there's non-liquor things in here, which, nobody did that to Mach. Well, now Sheen Washable sticks even more. So, Kendall, trivia?
Okay. So, perhaps the greatest quarterback of all time has thrown this many pick sixes, and that quarterback is Tom Brady. How many pick sixes do you think Tom Brady has thrown in his career?
Well, I'm going to go with 7 here, Kendall.
I'm going to say 2.
Feeling 4.
6.
All right. The correct answer is 12.
Wow.
12 pick sixes.
I win. I guessed a 2.
And the crazy thing is, he's actually very low on the list for playing as long as he has.
Yeah.
Drew Brees is up to I think it was 16 or
Where's Schwab?
17. He was at 13, 14.
Yeah, he only played a third of the time. Sometimes I have to do a gross
He's
shot.
still around.
Sometimes I have to do the gross shot. Which just means harder trivia for you guys. NHL trivia, perfect.
Yager.
Incorrect. So to get into the shots, Derby recap.
All rise.
Jeff, would you care to take us through some Derby recap?
Oh, yeah, all rise.
All rise, yep.
All rise. I think the new face of baseball, so to speak,
Incorrect.
took everyone by
just
storm.
the new face of home run. He's not the face of baseball.
I don't
The
know.
face of baseball has a thick neck. You're going to tell me that Mike Trout is lesser a face of baseball than Aaron Judge? If you take away Aaron Judge home run ball, I'm not taking anything away from him at all. I don't want that to be the debate. I'm not taking anything away from him. But if you take away his home run ball, is he even anywhere close to as impactful as
Absolutely not.
Mike Trout, Bryce Harper,
But here's the thing.
Arenado?
Aaron Judge is playing in New York. It's a big market. Mike Trout is the best player in baseball, but you never hear anything about him.
Well, Kyle thinks that Bryce Harper's arguably the second best player in baseball.
You know, Mike Trout is a better player, but he's so under the radar. He's just no one. You never hear anything about him. Judge is in a big time baseball market, so he's more,
And a
headline
rookie.
worthy, and he's a rookie. But who knows? It's still too early to say what he's going to be. Right now, he's awesome.
Well, Mach was the only person to advance out of the first round. Kendall's Moustakis pick failed miserably.
He was so close from getting it. He had like about a minute
So
left.
were all of ours, Kendall.
But I mean, like, he had one home run to go with about a minute left, and he couldn't get it done.
Souls
Whoever's
gave me a
pitching-
good run. Souls gave a good run.
Souls has the biggest heartbreaker with the Bornado. Hits 22
home runs and
gets
gets
eliminated.
eliminated.
Yeah, well, that happens.
It was a fun derby to watch.
Yep, Jeff's hometown hero was eliminated.
Cheater.
He should have had it. I mean, slow start.
Ran out
But
of gas at the end.
I think
He was scared. He was hearing footsteps.
my favorite thing is, I think Judge did a good job and he hit some absolute bombs. Crowd never got louder than when Stanton was just ripping off those home runs.
It's true.
That was just insane. I had Charlie Blackmon, who hit 14 home runs very
Most
quietly.
unimpressive home run out of all of them, but he still put up a good amount.
Yeah, nobody was cheering for him. Bunch of bastards.
They didn't even talk about him when he was hitting.
No.
That guy wears an American flag shirt.
They said he was a smart guy. I was rooting for him.
So, with that being said, Mach's the winner. We all lost because none of us got out of the first round. So, shots for all of us. Even though Kendall's the real loser. I want that to be known now on air. Kendall's the real loser.
Okay, so my guy hit the least amount of home runs.
I'm the best loser. If
However, all our guys lost by one home run. So that's only my only thing. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Whatever.
Cheers.
I don't hate that at all. There's cinnamon in it.
Kyle.
All right.
Wow. Looks like a Wolverine.
Yeah, there's non-booze products in this.
There is not. Everything
I taste
came
so
off
much
the liquor
salt
cabinet.
for some reason.
It's interesting. There's definitely blackberry brandy in it.
Nope.
So what's in it?
Peachtree.
There's Peachtree, Seagram's VO, tequila, and Kahlua.
Did you take Kahlua from the big bottle?
Yes.
He opened an unopened bottle.
It was cracked.
Incorrect.
I didn't crack it.
Ugh.
Well,
Kyle's panting for breath over there.
I can't do it, man. It's so bad.
well, drink some of your beer.
It's
That's
no
what we have it
juice.
for.
It's so terrible.
Well, I don't know where I was getting the vanilla from, but I guess I just have to get new.
It tastes like salt.
I don't
So-
know where that.
Well, if you remember from the previous show, we had these four gentlemen all-star starter predictions. Let's see how they did. Kyle, who of the two teams was the better?
Well, what are you talking about? You talking about like
Who got the most picks right? Who picked the most?
God.
Kyle, just tell them that we're the best.
Yeah, me and Kendall had the most right.
Okay. What else would I have meant?
Like, what team's better on paper? I don't know.
And what would you have said?
They're two
Probably the
all-star
AL.
teams.
Okay, it's like the East versus the West. The West is always better than the East.
Did you guys get any wrong?
We got the pitcher wrong. That was it. Clayton Kershaw, but it was Max Scherzer.
And what about the fine gentleman on the other side of the table? Who did they get wrong?
Justin Smoke, they made it and they didn't pick him.
Smoke.
tried.
Mookie Betts it was a replacement pick for Mike Trout. And George Springer, I don't know if you guys had him or not.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Did you?
Fact check.
So they got 5 wrong, you're saying?
Got 2.
So
Well,
5.
Jose Ramirez?
Don't think he was on there.
He's
So
just
5
signed
wrong.
3.
So 5 wrong.
5, yeah.
All right, so that's 5 shots for each of them. Excellent.
I think we got 6 wrong, actually. Double check, you know?
You got all
You
9 wrong.
Yeah. You guys should just pass a bottle.
I think we spelled Correa wrong.
That's another
So
shot.
that's a.
That's actually a growler.
I think we added an I in there.
You gotta fill a growler with liquor and drink it. Ugh. So, not bad. You guys did a pretty good job.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I mean, what do we have? Like 22 total picks altogether, and you guys got like 19 right?
yeah.
It's better than I would have done. I would have just pretty much put the whole White Sox roster on there, with the exception of Giovanni Soto. He would have started. He would have been the pitcher.
That's the thing. Sometimes like your own bias gets in the way. Like Soto, he would have been on my All-Star team, but
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Ugh.
clouds your judgment.
Yeah. Well, the MLB All-Star Game, all this talk that we've had about it,
All the hubbub.
why not compare All-Star Games? Everyone knows there's the Pro Bowl, everyone's favorite event in the history of sports.
Pretty horrible.
Joke.
There's the MLB All-Star Game,
Meaningful.
the NHL All-Star Game,
Meaningful.
and the NBA All-Star Game. Well, Jeff's given his opinion, so he will not be talking for the rest of this segment, apparently. But I mean,
Joke.
Reed, where do you stand on the All-Star Games? What do you think?
I mean, I love the MLB All-Star Game. Actually, it was fun. I got to watch the Home Run Derby with my father, who's never watched it ever, and he was amazed, to see a 500-foot home run. He was blown away. It was a Stan hitting the glass, Judge hitting the glass. He was blown away. That's what's fun, that
It is.
the Pro Bowl. I mean, this was the first year they added kind of like the skills challenge that we got to see on TV, and not 2 years from now, in July. So I mean,
Because they used to have the skills challenge all the time, but
Right.
it just never made it to air TV.
right, so it's like the Pro Bowl is, I guess, trying to make steps in the right direction, but it's still it's a game that even the players don't really want to play in.
Well,
Exactly.
Big
but
risk
the
of
problem-
Injuries.
The
Yeah.
problem with the Pro Bowl is you can't play real football because no one's going to risk their career for a game that has no merit on winning. I mean, Kendall, could you even tell me the last 5 winners of the? No, because you can't. They're not even NFC and AFC anymore. It's like Team Barry Sanders and
They
Team
went
Ray
back
Lewis.
this year to that.
But in between
AFC
that,
was
it
awesome.
was it's a
Team Deion
fantasy
Sanders.
football for real. I
Yeah.
don't care.
I
I'll
think
just play fantasy football.
I think the ploy was to get Deion Sanders and Jerry Rice to suit up again. I think that's what they were trying to go for.
I wish the Pro Bowl would go away. Name
Yeah.
the team. Don't play the game. The game is pointless. No one watches it. It's not fun to
Well,
watch.
it's interesting.
The timing's horrible, too.
It used to be before the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm sorry, after the Super Bowl, and they moved it to
Yeah.
before because they wanted the Super Bowl to be the last game, which I understand. But then the players who go to the Super Bowl, they didn't play.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, it's one of those things where, like, the game is definitely not competitive by any means, but I think it's one of the All-Star games, like, out of all 4, I think it's the one, I think it's the most for the players. Like, the players always have fun when they're at it, and the reason is because it's what they do for a living, but in a laid-back setting.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a competitive game, it's hard to watch, you couldn't sit through it, the whole thing, but, you get to line up Luke Kuechly under center and throw, a 40-yard pass to J.J. Watt. And it's fun for them, type thing. You know what I'm saying? It's
For me, I wish they would name the team and then just have a weekend-long fan expo. Let the Pro Bowl players have a convention center and meet the fans that got them in there.
But see, that's what the Pro Bowl is. In Hawaii, it's all free. I mean, I know you have to go to Hawaii, but it's free. The expo stuff is all free for the whole weekend. They have the stuff. You can meet all the players who do autographs and everything.
Yeah.
It's just in Hawaii. And I think the aspect for that is just, we'll put it in Hawaii because we don't ever have to worry about it being poor weather. Like, because you're not gonna replay the Pro Bowl if there's a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever rained in Hawaii in the history of Hawaii.
No, just the floor is lava there. That's pretty much it. But in terms of fun, what do you think the most fun All-Star game is for overall? For the fans to watch, the players having fun. What do you think the most fun All-Star game is?
For me, it's the NHL. Because the NHL, those players seem to have the most fun in any sport. They're not out there trying to do anything. They're just having fun.
And hit each other.
Well, they don't. They don't hit each other.
They don't. But,
They should.
I think the NHL has the best all-star break between the skills competition. But the all-star game, it's fun to watch.
Not this year. That's the big topic this year is if they're going to remove the All-Star weekend.
Really?
Yeah, well, they've in the past NHL players during the All-Star break, they take the entire month of February off. The NHL stops operation and they go to their home countries to play for the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So the Olympic Committee is trying to work with the NHL about banning NHL players from competing because the NHL has to put a halt, which is a big business stop for a whole month in the middle of the season. It's weird because it's like the NBA, like the basketball for the Olympics, like nobody really batted an eye. It wasn't a huge issue because just NBA players were never allowed to do it, and then they became allowed. Like imagine if it's just like, okay, United States, nobody in the NBA is allowed to play for you.
Yeah.
We would lose. pretty quick. Well, that's not true. We might have some really good like the Big Three tournament.
That's gonna be a lot of fun to watch.
But Kendall, what do you think? What do you think the fan interest wise? Which sport do you think has the most fan?
For me, I'm going to go ahead and say the NBA. And I say that because there's so much celebrity involvement. Just think about it. If you have like Drake there and you got, Jay-Z there, everyone's going to want to, take pictures with the guys. And,
All the Kardashians.
And then they get on the court for no reason. Remember the last, dunk contest? They brought like 100 people on the court and they were trying to raise money for, the name escapes me now. He just passed away.
Oh, Craig's sake.
Yeah, and they were doing, every shot they made, like DJ Khaled got out there. And,
Right.
Yeah, and he missed. Actually, I think he made his first shot.
Another one.
I could agree with that. I mean, because with the NHL skills competition, there's not a whole lot of like wow to it. It's a lot more of like fun. I mean, there's the speed competitions and whatnot. For the MLB, there's the home run derby, which is like a big wow thing. But for the NBA, I mean, traditionally, not really as of late, but the 3-point competition is always exciting because it's fast-paced. The skills competition is usually always exciting, especially now that the big men are a part of it. The dunk competition has been a bit of a letdown as of late, but that's usually, it's a lot of like in-your-face, like heavy punch type thing. So I think that, like Kendall said, the fans can get involved. Jeff, what All-Star game has the most biased voting for teams to get it or players to make it?
It's got to be NBA.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, it's all name when it comes to NBA.
Do you think if LeBron averaged 10 points and 6 rebounds up to the All-Star break, do you think he'd still get voted in?
He'll start. Look at Kobe.
That's true. Well, yeah. I think Kobe's a little different, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, only because it was his announced retirement year, but Kyle, you have any disputes about that? Do you think the NBA is the most biased voting?
It is. Baseball's up there too, because always the big name players get in. But NBA, all the big time talent just always is the starters.
When you look at DeMarcus Cousins, how long did it take him for even to get there?
Well, that's because the NBA really screwed up with the front court, back court thing. It should just be point guard, shooting guard, et cetera, et cetera. They really messed things up by doing that.
This year they're going by how many millions you make a game.
So James Harden starting for both teams. I mean, yeah, I definitely see the bias aspect for that. That's a big thing, but it's just so tough. I mean, look at, like, you go back into the mid or late 2000s. You guys remember the name Luol Deng?
Oh, big fan.
Luol Deng, like, he shouldn't have ever started, but he should have been a reserve on the All-Star game for years. I mean, the guy played lockdown defense and was often a top scorer on the team, made big shots at all when it counted type thing. But Kyle, sir, get the honor of telling me, what's the most competitive All-Star game?
Baseball. Big reason is because it means something. The winner of the game has a home field advantage to the World Series. And everything, they play hard. All the other games don't really mean anything.
NHL does, though, right?
Do they still have that
Charity.
in baseball?
Yeah.
I thought that got rid of that.
No, the
That's still a
NHL
thing.
NHL has something to play for. It's donation for charity, like very large sums of money type thing, but not. I mean, like for MLB, it's it's home field advantage for the World Series, which to me, like that's always confused me for the MLB, because it's like you come in, every team gets a representative. If you're the Giants, what the hell do you care if the NL has home field advantage?
Really?
You're not making it. You're just excited to be there as the one sap that was legally obliged to be at the game. But what do you think around the table? Start with you, Mach. What's the best All-Star event? Not game, but event.
The NHL skills competition.
Really?
It's so much fun to watch.
See, I would have pegged you for the home run derby.
The home run derby, typically for me, is not fun to watch. This year was very fun because there was newer faces in there. Typically, the derby, I don't get into it.
Because they finally had power hitters in New York.
The other thing too is I feel like the home run derby, like Kyle said it last night, it's either an absolute snooze fest or it's exciting.
Exactly.
It's either you don't want to. No one wants to watch a home run derby where people are winning with 10 home runs every time. What do you think, Kendall?
Mine is the Derby. For the way they set it up now, you got the timer, and this was a great example. It came down to the wire basically every round. Well, the first round anyway. Every team lost by one, and that was exciting. That's why I think it was fun for the fans. It's fun for me. Fun for my father.
Fun for everyone.
Fun for everyone. Jeff, what do you think? What's the best all-star event?
Always been a fan, even though it's taken a turn for the worse, the dunk contest. Growing up, it was always great. Vince Carter. I don't have to say anything more on that.
Jason Richardson.
Jay Rich. Even the newer dunkers, though, like Levine and Gordon back and forth was great. Let's
give a quick dunk competition shout out. See who at the table remembers this name. Tyrus Thomas.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible.
Bad.
Big fan.
Great dunker.
But not for flash, for power. Carl, what about you?
The home run derby is for me, as being a big baseball fan out of all the sports. But baseball is, the home run derby, it's just, no one can hit the ball 500 feet. Not every player can do that. Only certain players can. And that's what's fun for me. You finally see these guys like Justin Bohr that a lot of people don't know of show what he has.
Well, that's why the Phillies need to be in the home run derby. They could all hit 500-foot home runs.
Hey, 2 of them did it and 2 of them won. So,
no, I'm talking about the current Phillies.
oh, none of them can.
They can't even get above 270 for a batting average.
Is Matt Steris coming back?
He's already the coach of the Phillies hitting staff, bro.
Oh, Ryan
Well,
Howard's
that explains
Shoot him
all
up.
there.
Oh, man. The All-Star weekends are always very fun, except for the MLB because it's on a weekend. I still never figured out why they just don't do it on a weekend. It never makes sense. You know what? Let's just make it a Tuesday and
ruin someone's
a
weekend.
Monday, Tuesday night
combo.
event.
I never understood it, especially because the weekend seemed to always make sense because everybody plays. So it's just everyone gets the weekend off.
Real quick, if I might interject, did you guys see Pitbull's performance before the game?
Terrible.
did.
Cheerleaders were fantastic.
I disagree. I think it was awful.
Jeff, Kyle, and I managed to catch a glimpse of the first inning of the Celebrity Legends game.
I saw that.
Yeah, I caught some of that.
It was pretty atrocious.
Ricky Henderson going
That
yard.
was Danny Glover. That wasn't Ricky.
It was. I worked with a guy that looked just like him. But well, we have some time for some beer reviews.
Yes, sir.
Mach, you want to lead us off?
The Nummy Nummy is very good.
It's hard to.
Fun word to say, and the beer's fun to drink.
You kind of have to put some. It's the nummy nummy.
Souls, I know you're a big fan of the juice, and I know this isn't going to be juicy, baby. But what do you think?
Glorious is not so glorious.
Excellent.
It's so bland to me.
There's a carcass of a too juicy sitting on the table right here, mocking Kyle.
Coming soon to a Facebook site near you, Kyle Souls quoted T-shirts about beer. Jeff Martin, number 1. What'd you think about IPA number 2?
I'll tell you what. Big IPA fan. It was all right for me.
It's all right.
It was all right. I'd have another. I don't really discriminate beers.
Because I
It was good. It was a little drier than I expected.
Oh, nice Cabernet IPA. That's the fine dining steakhouse waiter in you talking.
Zinfandel.
Zinfandel. Kendall, what'd you think of the Lizard King?
I love the Lizard King. Now, I've had the Lizard King once before. It was earlier this year, but this is the second or third time. I can't keep track. But I love it. It's smooth, and I recommend it. And Kyle's whispering over my description.
it's all right, Kendall.
For me, the hog water, pretty good. It's exactly what it says, a hop lover's wet dream, and I'm wet.
I like the pink can.
Moist.
Yeah, it's good.
It's got I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it's got a hog with floaties on the foot, just swimming around. It's excellent. And real quick before we sign off, the majority of us, we hit a local brewery here in Connecticut for Machine Washable's birthday.
Yeah, that was fun.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
More Blues Clues. I don't get it.
You want to tell the gentleman where we went?
We went to Kinsman Brewery in Southington, Connecticut.
Milldale.
Milldale, same thing.
Old Train Depot.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's what Kendall says. But
It is. The rail trail
Kindle's
is right
a
by
liar.
there. I've biked it.
But brewery as a whole, I thought was pretty good.
It was a fun time.
The 2 beers I
Very
had.
fun time.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I wasn't overly blown away with the
Yeah.
beer. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it was good quality and the prices were very fair.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I wasn't by any means upset with getting the Ghost. I thought was actually pretty good for what it was, very light,
The,
especially considering we spent. If you go, make sure it's kind of not very well advertised, but there's a back door that looks like it's for fires only. It's for fires,
It's where the games
but
are.
it's also for cornhole and can jam.
The overall room I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very
The old
rustic.
factory,
Right,
the
right.
fireplace. It was set up pretty
The
cool.
Jenga that was annoying all the people having picnics there. But it was. I definitely had fun. We'll have to bring you next time, Kyle.
Yeah, I had to work 10 hours. I'm sorry.
I don't need
Excellent.
your excuses.
Excellent. Remember to follow us on all social media.
We are on Facebook at Getting Sports with Drunk. Same name on Instagram. And Twitter is GSWD_4.
Excellent, excellent. And be sure, if you haven't already, to check out those social media sites for our new updated logo.
Yes.
Fantastic, I think. Features everything we're all about. Sports and drunk. With that said, until next time, I'm the Riddler.
I'm the man of many names.
I'm Kendall.
I'm Mach.
And I'm J-Mart.
Stay drunk.